Hey guys, this is Roxanne087. I just want to make a quick video to answer some questions that I've been getting on my Facebook page recently about some of the custom-made Kydex holsters that I showcased in my Airsoft holster guide video. Now, I normally don't like to advertise my own products. As you guys know, some of you guys who know me personally, I've been running a business for almost a year and a quarter or a year and a half now, and I have never once advertised any of my products on my channel. But sometimes it's very hard to get information out there, so I'm just going to make one video about it, and I hope you guys are okay with it. If you guys are big Glock fans, I think this video might interest you in some ways, is because it is sort of a neat little product. So the thing that I want to show you is this. This is one of those Kydex holsters that I showcased in the video. This is a custom-made Kydex holster made by WowG Gunner for right-handed users. And this is made to fit all of our Airsoft Glock 17s and all of our Airsoft Glock 19s out there, which may sort of surprise a lot of you guys, which is actually the reason why I want to make this video, to clarify the reason as to why and to clarify some of the features. It's because in that video I only briefly mentioned it, so this video was basically meant to clarify all those points. First off, let's go over some of the general features of the holster. So believe it or not, this is actually just made out of one sheet of Kydex, and you guys can actually see this for yourself. It's because it actually just wraps around over here and then secured by 3 rivets. And the purpose of this is to make the holster super lightweight, and it also makes the holster super low profile. This is probably the lightest holster that you can possibly get for a Glock 17 that covers this much of the slide. It covers like 70 to 80% of the slide, and yet it is this lightweight. Keep in mind, this is a Kydex holster. As long as you know what you want, you can deck it out with as many features as you want. This is one of the key important features that I personally focused on. And another neat little feature is the serration relief. So this area is styled after the Agency Arms Glock, which looks like this. Right? You can tell it's styled after that. And the purpose of this is to avoid these little sharp serrations over here that can damage the Kydex holster. And coincidentally, this also helps reduce the wearing of the Kydex on other types of slides as well, such as this one over here. This is an S3F solution slide. It has super sharp serrations. This is even sharper than the Guns Modify, and even sharper than any of the steel slides ever made for Airsoft Glocks. And the location of these areas is more or less the same location as this area. It's very close. It's just ever so slightly off. It's because this is styled after the Agency, but more or less it will accommodate other kinds as well. And here is one of the super important questions that many people on my Facebook page ask me. Does this serration relief affect the retention of the holster? The answer is no. And here's the reason why. It's because it uses the trigger guard. It uses the trigger guard for the retention area. And this is what allows this holster to accept so many different kinds of Airsoft Glock 17s and Glock 19s. And let me show you what I mean. So this is a Stark Arms with a Ace-1 Arms Glock 19 slide, RMR, suppressor height sights, and a threaded barrel. Notice that it clicks into place. This is a very useful feature. It's because whenever you're reholstering a pistol, being able to feel and hear the pistol reholster, it's just puts your mind at ease. It's because it tells you that you did it correctly. This also helps a lot of people who like to have their holster at their 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock position. This helps a lot. It's because when you can both hear and feel it, it's just it's a lot better than just having the pistol slide into the holster. And the next pistol will fit, RWA Agency Arms Slide Kit, garter frame, suppressor height sights, RMR, threaded barrel. And strangely enough, it will also accept a PTS Atom slide with an RMR at the back, suppressor height sight at the front. And this is a WE Gen 4 frame. And the one that you already saw earlier, this is a completely stock Tokyo Marui Glock 17 with a plastic slide. And lastly, a normal Tokyo Marui with an aftermarket slide. This is the advanced slide with a garter frame. Actually, this holster that I have here is exactly the same as this one. And notice it does take a bit of effort to pull out, but it's very easy going in. Right? So that's a very finely tuned feature, if you guys notice. And here's the next super important part that also a lot of guys on the Facebook page asked me, which is about this mounting system over here. Now, this is a very, I would say, untraditional in the airsoft industry, is because this is not commonly seen. This is called a T-mounting solution. This basically allows me to accept many different kinds of mounts made in the real steel world. For example, I can use Blade Tech, I can use G-Code, I can use Safariland. I can also use some of the airsoft mounting options, like the TMC ones. TMC makes a very cheap low-riding mount for like 70 or 80 Hong Kong dollars. Very, very cheap. If you want to buy a very cheap real steel mount, if you pick up a G-Code belt mount, which is actually something that a customer asked me to pick up for him, this is a G-Code universal belt mount, and it actually comes with the hardware. This belt mount is 89 Hong Kong dollars, and the holster is 75 US dollars. If you pair it up, it's just 86 US dollars, and you can get a whole entire pistol setup, holster setup that will fit a lot of different kinds of Glocks using a real steel reliable mounting solution with a very lightweight holster. Like, you get the point. Like, this T-mounting solution is very helpful. Personally, I like to use this. I'm using something called a G-Code RTI mount. This is a quick disconnect mount. What this does is that it allows me to quickly take it off any mount that I have, as long as it uses this RTI key system. As long as it uses that, I can pop this off, swap it onto somewhere else, so on and so forth. This basically means that I can reconfigure my gear on the fly. You can see how this is useful for airsoft. Is because we're not always wearing plate carriers. Sometimes we're wearing chest rigs. Sometimes we're using different kinds of gear. Sometimes you don't need anything. You don't need a chest rig or a plate carrier at all. So sometimes you can just carry this on your belt, right? It's very flexible, and this is how easily you can secure it. Right? And then it's secure again. So I briefly touched on the price already. As I said, it's 75 US dollars on my website at raidtacticalsolutions.com. I'm located in Hong Kong. Just be very wary that if you want to buy mounts, I can get it for you, or I can tell you where to get it. And if you're too afraid to drill the holes, I can drill it for you. That's the whole entire purpose of me. That's the whole entire purpose of this T-mount, is to have flexibility in the mount. That's the whole entire purpose of this. And also, here's the last thing that I forgot to mention. If you notice the T-mount position, and I spin the holster around like this, the holster is canted. It's canted forwards, sort of like a Raven concealment holster, but it doesn't take up more space. Let me show you what I mean. I don't know where I put my Raven concealment. I'm really sorry. But basically, normally when you have a holster that's canted, it takes up more space. But because of this T-mounting solution, you can have your cant without taking up more space. Right? You can see that all these features, they all stack up for a reason. Right? Again, because as long as I knew exactly what I wanted, YLG Gunner also knows what he wants. I personally have my own preferences. So does he. but you can see why this is sort of quite fun to make, actually. It's because it suits many different kinds of pistols. It's frankly quite useful. I'm not entirely to say that this is the best holster in the world, but it's not bad. It's a neat little holster. And just in case if you guys are asking me about all the stuff that I'm using, so I'm going to tell you all of you guys right now in case people ask, because I know people are going to ask. So this mount is a G-code mule mount. They call it the ISS mule mount with an RTI system. The RTI system is just meant for this thing. And this is a right-handed RTI hanger. It comes with the hardware, by the way. Sorry, my cat is down here right now. And also for my plate carrier, I'm running an Ops Easy plate carrier with a HSGI tacos, radio pouch, and a Ferro Concept slickster. The slickster allows me to have mag carriers like this. If you can't tell, this whole entire setup is meant to be more of a low-profile setup, as you guys can tell. I normally run a Kydex magazine carrier for my Pro-Win magazines, because these Pro-Win magazines are so light, you can actually carry them on your belt now. You can tell that I spent a lot of time thinking about my setups. Pistols are just super important to me, just because I run gas backs all the time. Right? This is for a gas back, and whenever I bolt lock, I really need the pistol. So the pistol is just super important to me. The setup and whole entire thing is very important to me. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. I also have a Facebook page that you can follow me on, in which I'll leave a link in the description box below. Peace, guys. Happy shooting, and thanks for watching. If you want to check out my store, you can actually find it on my Facebook page as well. Peace, guys. Happy shooting.